Welcome back to Oxford 4000 Essential English Words, episode 50. I'm your host, Emma.
And I'm Frank, your learning partner on this journey. How are you doing today, Emma? Ready to dive into some new words?
I'm doing great, Frank, and absolutely, I've got a fantastic list for our listeners today. I think they'll find them very practical.
I'm all ears. So, what's on the menu for today? Don't keep us in suspense.
All right, all right. Today, we're going to cover police, draw, transportation, trim, hang, attack, interact, various, skeleton, and low.
Wow, that's quite a mix. We've got everything from law enforcement to skeletons. This is going to be interesting. I can't wait to see how you connect these.
That's the fun of it, isn't it? But before we get into our word by word deep dive, we want to remind all our amazing listeners if you find our podcast helpful, please take a moment to save, like, and subscribe.
And don't forget to hit that notification bell and share us with your friends. Your support is what helps us create more and more polished episodes for you. It really means the world to us.
Exactly. Now, let's get started with our first word police. The police are the official organization that is responsible for making sure that people obey the law and for protecting people and property. In Chinese, that's 警察.
Right, the people you call when you're in trouble. So we'd say, I saw a theft and called the police. Is that a good example?
That's a perfect example, Frank. The word police is interesting because it's a plural noun. You wouldn't say the police is coming, but the police are coming.
That's a great point. It's a common mistake for learners. So if we are talking about one officer, we would say a police officer.
Precisely. For instance, a police officer helped the lost child find his parents. We can also use it to describe the act of policing an area, like the university uses volunteers to police the campus during events.
So it can be a verb too. Fascinating. It seems straightforward, but there are some nuances. Let's move from law and order to something a bit more creative. What's next?
Next up is draw. This word has a few common meanings. The most basic one is to make a picture of something with a pen or pencil. The Chinese for this would be 贴画,
My daughter loves to draw pictures of our family.
a lovely sentence. But draw can also mean to pull or move something in a particular direction. For example, she drew the curtains to let the sunlight in, or even to attract attention.
Oh, so you could say, the event is expected to draw a large crowd. It's about pulling people in, metaphorically. And you can also draw a conclusion, right? Which means to form an idea after thinking about the facts.
You're on fire today, Frank. Yes, exactly. Like, after reading the report, I drew the conclusion that the project was a success. It's a very versatile word.
It really is. Okay, from drawing crowds to moving them. What do you have for us?
That's a smooth transition, Frank. Our next word is transportation. This refers to a system for carrying people or goods from one place to another. In Chinese, we'd say 交通运输.
So, buses, trains, cars, and airplanes are all forms of transportation. You could say, public transportation in this city is very convenient and affordable.
That's a great example. You can also talk about the cost of transportation or a method of transportation. For instance, for my trip to the countryside, my main mode of transportation will be a bicycle.
A bicycle, huh? That sounds like a peaceful way to travel. Unlike the morning commute, I think our listeners can relate to the struggles of daily transportation.
I'm sure they can. Now, for our next word, trim. To trim something means to make it neater by cutting a small amount off it. The Chinese is 修剪.
Ah, like getting a haircut. I could go to the barber and say, just a trim, please.
Perfect. You can also trim a hedge, your beard, or even a piece of writing. It implies making small, neatening cuts. For example, the editor had to trim the article to fit the page.
It can also mean to reduce a number or amount, right? Like the company needs to trim its budget.
Exactly. It's all about cutting something down, whether it's hair, bushes, or expenses. It's a very handy verb.
I'll try to remember that. What's next? You're not going to leave us hanging, are you?
I see what you did there. And no, I won't. Our next word is hang. The most common meaning is to attach something or be attached at the top so that the lower part is free. In Chinese, 悬挂.
So, I'll hang the picture on this wall, or his wet coat was hanging by the fire. Is that right?
Both are perfect. But hang also has a darker, more informal meaning that our listeners should be aware of, though it's a bit grim. It can be used to refer to death by hanging.
Right, that's a much more serious context. It's good to know the different connotations. Let's move on to something a bit more active.
Let's do it. The next word is attack. To attack is to act against someone or something with violence. The Chinese is 攻击.
The soldiers prepared to attack the enemy at dawn. That's a very direct military example, but it can be used in other contexts too, like in sports. The forward is starting to attack the goal.
Yes, and it's not just for physical actions. You can attack a problem, meaning you deal with it with determination. For example, we need to attack the root of the issue. You can also have a heart attack, which is a medical emergency.
And a computer can be under a cyber attack. It's a word with a lot of force behind it, no matter the context.
Very true. From attacking, let's move to a more peaceful concept interact.
This means to communicate with or react to. In Chinese, it's 互动. This podcast is a way for us to interact with our listeners, and hopefully, they interact with each other in the comments section.
I hope so too. It's all about communication and connection. You could say, the teacher encourages students to interact in class, or it's interesting to see how the cats interact with the new dog.
It seems like a key word for any social situation. I like that. We've had a few words now. In fact, we've covered various words.
Nicely done, Frank. Various is our next word. It means many different types of things or people. The Chinese is 各种各样的.
So I could say, the store sells various kinds of cheese. It just means many different kinds.
That's the one. It's a great adjective to show variety. For example, the students come from various backgrounds, or we had various problems to deal with during the project.
It's a simple but very useful word for making your English sound more descriptive. From various things to a very specific thing, what's next?
Our next word is a noun, skeleton. This is the frame of bones supporting a human or animal body. In Chinese, that's 骨骼.
The kind of thing you see in a science classroom or for Halloween. The museum has a complete dinosaur skeleton on display.
Exactly. We also have the popular idiom, a skeleton in the closet, which means a secret that could be embarrassing for a person or a family.
So if I said, every family has a skeleton in the closet, I mean every family has some kind of hidden secret.
You've got it. It's a very vivid idiom. Are you ready for our last word of the day?
I am. Let's round out the list.
Our final word is low. It's an adjective that can mean not high or close to the ground. In Chinese, it's simply 低的.
The sun was low in the sky, or he has a very low voice. It seems pretty straightforward.
It is, but it has many uses. It can refer to a small amount, like we are running low on milk. It can also mean sad or depressed, as in I'm feeling a bit low today. Or it can refer to poor quality, like low quality goods.
Right, so it can be about height, quantity, mood, or quality. He bought a low-cost phone, but the quality was surprisingly good.
An excellent sentence that captures two meanings. And that's our 10 words for today. Don't forget to save this episode's word list. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next set of 10 words.
Great job, Emma. Now how about we see these words in action?
I thought you'd never ask. Let's move on to our scenario dialogue. Today's scene is a phone call to report something unusual in a park. I'll be the concerned citizen, and Frank, you can be the operator.
Got it. Let's do this.
Hello? I'd like to report something strange. I'm at the city park near the main entrance.
Okay, ma'am. What seems to be the problem? Are you under attack or in immediate danger?
No, no, nothing like that. It's just there's a skeleton model someone decided to hang from a tree branch. It's hanging quite low, actually.
A skeleton? Can you describe it for me?
It looks like a cheap Halloween decoration. Someone used wire to hang it. They must have had to trim a few branches to get it up there. It's starting to draw a small crowd.
I see. And how are people reacting? Is anyone trying to interact with it?
Not really, there are various people just standing around taking pictures. The main issue is that public transportation, the buses, stop right here, and it's scaring some of the kids.
I understand. We don't want the public to feel unsafe. I'll dispatch the local police to come and take it down. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
And scene. That was a fun one. We managed to get all 10 words in.
We did. It shows how you can use words like attack in a less literal sense, like asking if someone is under attack, and combine words like low and hang in a natural sentence. Interact, various, and transportation fit right into a common public scene. And draw was used for attracting attention, while trim and skeleton created the core image. And of course, the police were on their way.
It really brings the vocabulary to life. Now, it's time to put our listeners to the test. Let's move on to our Chinese to English practice segment. I'll give you a sentence in Chinese using a couple of today's words, and you at home try to translate it into English. Ready?
We're ready when you are, Frank.
All right. I'll count down from 5, and then Emma and I will give you a couple of possible answers. Here is the first sentence.
当警察到达时，袭击者已经通过各种交通工具逃跑了。
Okay, you have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time's up. That was a tricky one with multiple clauses. My version would be when the police arrived, the attacker had already fled using various forms of transportation.
Nice and clear. I might have said by the time the police got there, the one who led the attack had escaped via various modes of transport. Both get the message across perfectly. The key is using police attack as a noun or verb, various, and transportation.
Well done, listeners, if you got something similar.
Let's do another one. This one includes draw skeleton and low. Here it is.
他画的那幅骷髅画挂得太低了，以至于孩子们都看不见。
Your 5 seconds start now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And stop. That structure so that can be challenging. I would translate that as the skeleton picture he drew was hung so low that the children couldn't see it.
That's a great direct translation. Another option could be, he hung the picture of the skeleton that he drew too low for the children to see. This changes the structure a bit but keeps the same meaning. The focus is on using draw skeleton, hang, and low correctly.
Fantastic. Let's do one last one to cover the remaining words.
You got it. This sentence will use interact and trim. Here we go.
在公园里，我们需要修剪那些过长的树枝，以便人们能更好的互动。
5 seconds on the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, what did you come up with? My translation is in the park, we need to trim the overgrown branches so that people can interact better.
Simple and effective. I like it. Another way to phrase it could be, we should trim the branches that are too long in the park to allow people to interact more easily. Both convey the same idea and correctly use trim and interact.
And that concludes our practice session. Amazing job, everyone. We hope that exercise was helpful.
It's always a great way to check if you've really understood the words. So Emma, what's in store for our next episode? Give us a little sneak peek.
With pleasure. In our next episode, we'll be tackling another 10 fantastic words: counsel, violence, email, slice, pleasant, patch, unexpected, frame, structure, and weep.
Ooh, another great list. From violence to pleasant, that's quite the emotional range. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. And to our dear listeners, thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hitting that notification bell means you won't miss our deep dive into the next 10 words.
Every single click helps us keep the show going. We had a lot of fun with today's vocabulary, from the police to a low-hanging skeleton. We hope you did too. Until next time, keep practicing.
And keep learning. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now.